All right, baby, we back once a motherfucking game with that same. I think I've done this one of these early, or one of the first my ways that's live on YouTube, where you look to try to get all 5 plates, and then you get one of these picks. I think Malphite was picked first, and then Lily picked the dog. But when I was watching right behind her, as I'm watching the baby, just helping her out. Actually, I think the baby took a little nap, so I went upstairs to go help her out, and just yell in her ear. And I was like, Jesus, man, the goal is to just get this straight down. And as you can see, if we look at the rock, man, the rock's coming in here with conditioning, overgrowth, press to attack, triumph, and alacrity. And what do you call it? Like, if you're in this lane, you're probably better off running phase, because you have the freedom to farm. You're probably saying, why phase, Trick? Because you would never be able to get fucking slowed. You're a melee champion, so you get that speed, so that wither would cancel out the wither. And if you perfect CS against a Nasus and you out farm him, which you should, because if you're farming really good, because you have the green light to do so, as you can see, he ignores 2 melees just to do that right there, just to do that damage to get the proc on. But this is how you look at the lane, and what I'm doing is explaining the runes and masteries going against the dog. And first off, Shaco could make this dog's life a living hell. Like, Shaco could have just did his top side and then went over and taken Zach's top side jungle camp, forcing Zach to go into here so Nasus can't get support. So yeah, those are options, but of course you're not gonna see this because she's silver 1, and silver 1, anything is possible. She doesn't do really well in the kill department and assist department, so I'm gonna explain all that. And then the other my way that I did, I'm gonna explain to you other things too. But there's so many different things that can happen in a game, and so going back to the runes, since he's running this, like conditioning and overgrowth make absolutely no sense. I mean, he's sitting there taking the HP stack that he can get from that, and he needs to get the farm first. And I mean, people at this elo, they don't farm like really well. And then this is a caddy wave right here, so that means like I said, he's only got 7 CS. He can have 10, so okay, there you go. So 9, so he's missed 3 CS out of the first 2 waves, and you have the freedom to farm. So you need to figure out how you can get all 12. And if you're running phase or whatever you're running and you perfect CS and you get frozen heart, Nasus just gets hard cucked by that. The armor stack, the mana, the being able to spam abilities, etc. But overall, the dog has to play around it, and we're gonna explain that. So here I would definitely 3-point E, because if you let the wave, when he goes into auto attack you and the lane ends up pushing, you can just E the whole wave and clear everything, because the main objective for the dog right here isn't stacks. Of course you want to stack when you queues up. Come over here, you get it. I think she misses that. Oh man, she should have clicked it and it would just ran up to it. Yeah, so like a big wave like here, if you don't want to push, you can just drop E on the wave. But they got 3 minions right here just chilling, so you hope this comes in here so you can chill, stack. But if it ever stacks with another wave and he pushes this wave, then you just E the whole wave. Rip wave. Should have dropped E on it first if you wanted to get that, then drop the Q. But overall, looking good, but looks like it is going to stack. So here you'd wait for this wave to pull up. Like I said, it's all about getting the gold. And you would want to drop E so that you would be able to get your E back again, so that it doesn't come pulling up. There you go. This drops it. Auto attack reset. Oh, no, the Q's not up, I guess. Nope, exactly what you want to do. All right, well, you got to be careful. All right, drop a little burn. Got the double biscuit. So yeah, shouldn't have let him hit you 3 times. You could have backed off and just missed 1 CS. But overall, 26 to 25, that's good. And he's only got 25 right now. But again, now we go back to the main objective. The main objective is to get every single plate, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. So with him running those dog shit runes and not running biscuit and the CDR for 45% CDR, unless you wanted to run ultimate hunter, knowing that it is a low elo game, and that getting 5 or get 1 kill off each of the enemy is gonna give you what, 5% off the top your ult, and 5, or is it 3%? I think it's 3, and then 5. Regardless, yeah, your ulti gets dropped fucking really low. Level 16 with 40% CDR. Malphite's just pretty much spamming that shit every 40 seconds. And right here, you see how we're able to just get that. Like I said, it's all about getting the gold. She could have angled it and left 2 of them full HP, meaning 2 of them would have stayed full HP. Could have pushed the lane a little back and kind of, you know, freeze it up right here. Right here, we're talking about an early Sheen. That's what we like to call a spike. So I think I wouldn't call it a mistake, but when Unsealed is up, this is where clarity comes into play. But what I would want to do here is I would want to try to drop this guy low. I wouldn't care about, I would stack when I can, but if I could damage this guy, I'm going to damage him over Spirit Fire, and I can eat the damage from the minions when I take aggro after I hit him with Q, because, you know, my passive is lifesteal. It's just sustain, and if I drop Q, and, you know, with my 48 stacks, I'm going to sustain a little bit up. So here we want to get this caddy. Bada bang. But yeah, I would drop E on him. See right here, I'd walk up, even drop a wither on him, and then I'd get clarity. Unsealed's up right now, so she can get clarity. But I think I told her to get ignite. But here you like, if you drop E on this motherfucker, he'll sit in there. So that's 150 damage, and look right there. So I put him down to 700. Then you Q him. What do we got here? We got 81 on top. What do we got here? 81 on top of all this right here. So you see the math? Almost 200. And then so close to 400, or it could be 400 plus on top of his dome. Plus he has a little bit of armor, and if you don't crack his shield, then he's gonna have that extra bonus armor from W, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my god, this is absolutely disgusting. This is absolutely disgusting. So, and he's going that toe-to-toe build. So when you drop that on him, he's easily, and if he sits in there, if you wither him, and then you throw the E like right here, where the edge where he has to walk through, and you just keep auto-attacking him, and you just eat the minions, without dropping R, you're going to drop him pretty low. So you would want to drop him back and send him home and force him to pour back in the lane. And then with E having 3 points, the next wave that comes in when he has to back, you either stop his back, and he's still full mana, so it's gonna be kind of rough. But yeah, you either stop his mana, stop his back, and then get to the tower at 5 minutes. You'll be able to take a plate. So right here, there's no need to walk back. Skarner is not a problem. So right there, you would walk up, auto attack this, but she's running all the way back for some odd fucking reason. You just go up and auto attack, and then drop a Q on him. But she's running the wrong fucking way. She's not able to get that melee. Drops a Q on him, misses all this farm right here. Like, you can pull up in this lane. He's not going to do anything. If he ults you, then he's committing, and that's probably what you want. And for him to, you know, hit R, thinking that his pressed attack is going to out fucking do your Fury Sands, and then of course if you ult you and you ease up and you got ignite, your ignite does 170 true damage, you kill this motherfucker. But instead she's throwing E down, she's running away. Ripperino. So what I would do here, and I think she's about to level 7. Yep, she had to back and then pour it back in time, and she ended up missing a CS. But let's see, and he just ended up using all his pots, so I guess he went what do you call it? And here she needs to be in this lane. What she decides to do is go for crab, but then again, maybe Malphite wouldn't have teleported. So when Malphite teleports like this, I mean, it's a sad day. So what you would want to do is wait for the wave to fully stack up here. So meaning, if you would have dropped the E and waited for these to park, they die, and you get to the tower fast enough. Malphite teleport in on this dragon. Let's see, this is what they do, and this is where you take advantage of people making some bad decisions like this. He comes in, flashes, gets a 2-man ulti. Tristana's scared, and I don't blame her for not pulling up. Shaco drops a box, and he decides all Shaco had to do is commit and drop some autos, but the numbers advantage scares Shaco. But and this is when she doesn't drop the E on the wave completely, waiting for those back minions to farm. But we're just watching the decision, and the decision for him to do that ends up getting Malphite killed 21 seconds. He is dead for, meaning 21 seconds you won't see him, and then when he spawns, he's gonna have to run out here. And in the last patch, I think they added a little bit of boostation, so he'll run out here a little bit faster. But she could have been on this tower already. This wave will beat Malphite out because he's still dead. He just died. So 21 on top of 8, 12. 12 means he's going to be walking out with the next wave too. So I'll explain that so you understand that, because we got to understand every little bit. So here you would park where my mouse is right here to the back and go ahead and pop R. So the whole point and the reason I run, okay, I run let's see, where is this row at? Can we see this row? Does it show you oh, right here. So she went attack speed, but I would rather you get CDR, because when you pop your O like this and you're running Cosmic Insight and then you have Sheen, every little bit counts. The faster you get your ult back, the better. Why? Because you're either popping off or you're using it as a fucking tactic to get the fuck out. So here, I tell her to sit in the back. You want to right click? There you go. It sits all the way in the back and wait for this wave, and then boom, you drop it like that. Now you're probably saying your trick on what these stacks. I'm gonna do it my way on stacking and all that other stuff, but when it comes to just fucking ending the game and having your bot lane go 0-13 and just being able to carry a game and being on a different level, you're gonna see that type of game. All right, so here, boom, bam, and then here you would back. You just 3-plated that before 9 minutes, and then Malphite comes back and he's like, God damn, what happened here? All right, so running back in the lane, we left the slot open because she's about to get her boots at, what, in 3 minutes? Malphite out here doing crab. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. So, all right, so when he comes in to do crab, Tristana going in deep, and look, this is like, when you see people leaving lane, unless you're playing a champion that is, you know, like I don't know. Or if your champion just not really good at pushing a lane and what do you call it, and you have to go join this, you can join this, but a lot of time it's pretty much a waste of time. You're better off staying in lane. Trust me, stay in your lane, farm really well. You can either freeze the lane right here if you know how to freeze and keep the and deny minions and gain what Malphite gains from leaving lane. If he doesn't gain anything, good fucking news. But overall, shit happens right here. So again, you'd wait for the wave to pull up like this, and then you drop E, stack that here. All right, so Malphite comes over here. So right here, she could have popped R. I told her not to use R, but right here, she decides to run back. And I mean, at this point, you know, you could just go ahead and commit. To drop, okay, drops R, boom, and then right there. So here, I think she's eaten too much damage, a lot of raw damage. Overall, I probably should have just told her to pop R, and then she could have gotten the fuck out. She could have easily picked up a double kill here if she didn't queue that one minion in the back. But I did tell her to queue the minion in the back. But that was before of Malphite. I didn't know Malphite was going to make it that fast. He ended up making it back in the lane. So she should, instead of queuing the minion, queue the tower. And then she would have gotten this tower killed. And she would have been a lot more HP. And then she could have dropped the ignite. She should have instantly dropped the ignite on somebody and popped them to kind of back them up. So she can either, you know, create a little bit of distance and have only one champion hitting her or a clone, and then start kiting. But overall, 11 minutes, we're talking every single play. See, you guys don't focus on taking advantage of when somebody leaves lane. You use your teleport for yourself. And, well, my bad. You use your teleport to help your team. There's no need for that. This happens all the time at every single elo. You wait for that motherfucker, but the main thing is breaking the tower. And any time in the game when it comes to him back and him not having teleport, how can you make this motherfucker go home? So the early level, when it comes to burning, understand that if you burn this motherfucker, get his teleport, and then you send him back home because you use it unsealed, and the main thing is you're spamming so much mana, because the more you level up E, the more mana it costs, and then you end up going So that's why I get clarity for the first time, or for the first unsealed when it comes off cooldown in the early game, so that I can pop it and just spam even more E's and drop Q over his head. And don't really care about stacking, because once I get to that tower, you're talking about demolish. And when you get that lead and get that extra gold, you put pressure on this motherfucker to know what the fuck is going on. And let me tell you something, they don't know what's going on. So overall, we're just gonna go ahead and speed through this now and just see how the game plays out. And let me tell you something, man, it's a rough out here, and she doesn't really do anything when it comes to fighting and team fighting and all that stuff. And in the game that I play, you'll see more fighting and a lot of bad boomer decisions that I've made after being out for a while. Because when I'm booming, man, I make a lot of bad decisions. No lie. Double gat to the back and boom piece. Like LeBron picks up the kill. Zach gonna go up and show up and boom. Is this another bad decision being made right now? Nope. Lucian goes down. Kaiser goes in. Malphite says what up. Drops the ulti. Easy gets that kill. Malphite throws a spear. And dog does work. And so here Lucian would want to go top here because his lane's already covered and being pushed out, and there's no need for Lucian to go bot. But since he's bot, he's going to go ahead and cover this lane, and Morgana could at least go top, even though she's the support, but decides not to. But see right here, lane's already being covered. The lane, his tower's already down, and then they just leave the dog up here, and nobody goes to stop him. And this will happen. She's silver 1. Probably some go 4 players. She's going to go back, get the caddy. Okay, she looks like she's gonna go boom, boom. Okay, low damage.
Turret plating will soon fall.
All right, so what I want to do now is I actually want to hide the gameplay on enemy teams so that we kind of get more of a, you know, thought process type thing that goes in my head. So here I'm telling her to do, it's time to do a rep, and I think after this, after she uses the rip, I just go ahead and leave because I got tired of watching. But overall, I mean, you see shit happening. Zach's down here. Pantheon is like, what is Lucian doing? Lucian's making plays. Doggo's back. Swifties. We got the boots. We got the support over here. Pushing a lane out. Shouldn't even be there. Malphite shows up bot, and it's just a bunch of shit. You got Cloud Drake, which is the best dragon you can get if you're playing the dog because of the CDR that you get off top of your ult. And Zach kind of pick up that kill, shut down. Like, these kills aren't leading to anything that they're picking up. A lot of these kills are just fucking team deathmatch, raw, you know, just a hit R, respawn, blah blah blah. There's nobody getting capitalized on the bad mistakes. So his ego's okay. Wow, like. Ooh. Like, you sit here like, holy fuck, and that's your teammates right there. Tell me he's got a point. He still doesn't have a point in Q. Like, that's the type of player this Malphite is. He doesn't have a fucking point in Q. Meaning, a 1 point in Q would allow you to steal movement speed and gain movement speed and either to get the fuck out or catch targets. And my goodness, he is not running anything, and that's just brain dead. So here, Malphite's still over here. The question is, can we get like, if you're gonna go and drop this rift, you should just stay in the fog of war. Meaning, instead of showing in lane, because we just saw the teleport, I didn't see it because I wasn't in control. You should have just right click here and just drop the rift in the fog of war when a wave goes past. Even if it shows, at least it cracks and you get the tower. But instead, she just drops it right here with no information of who's coming, and then boom, Malphite's not even shown. So it's a bad rift drop. And then here, soon as he comes in, it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you playing right here? He's gonna try to clear the wave to back you off. So all you had to do here was drop the wither, spirit, and just start beating the shit out of him. She's sitting there worrying that she needs to stand out to the side and work to get the tower. But no, there you just focus Malphite completely. But look at the damage you are doing. You are doing pretty much nothing. He can eat your damage. He's 3-1-5, 122 CS. Gold right now 63 to your 63. The difference is, later on in the game you scale and Malphite might start the well, he's got, I have to say, decent farm, but I mean, just seeing that he has not max Q, but seeing him being worth something, it's crazy. But yeah, it was a bad rift drop. Do it in the fog of war, and then you just 100% get inhibitor, or you probably should get the tower. That really depends if your team is losing bad. If your team is losing bad, then you can get the inhibitor after it crashes, and you take that out since you had demolished before they're able to react and cover their lanes, because you saw how Lucian works bot lane after Malphite's already in his lane, covering his lane, so he should be focusing on seeing what's happening in these other lanes, but he doesn't, and ends up going back bot, and then that allows you to pretty much just get all that free time to get the inhibitor. But here looks like it's, well, never mind, I take that back. 1-3, 2-5, 6-2, 3-1, 4-1. Okay, their bot lane's dog shit. So yeah, I mean, if you get the tower top, that means if your champion can't overextend and be in that lane, with supers pushing, because you know the supers are gonna push this wave right here, and this is what you're gonna be denied taking an inhibitor early. So is it worth it? Like when you see the champions I play, I overextend, I roll the wave, so I'm not really wasting it, but it draws attention. The question is, we don't have the glide, we don't have the raptor slug, but we have swifties, we have triforce. So that means when you get ganked, you're gonna be drawing attention, which helps your teammates. Whenever if you get 3 cent on you because you know you're pushing with the supers, if you don't got the inhibitor, then you just got to understand that your teammates are going to get something out of it. And if they don't get anything out of it and they don't know that they need to be pushing a lane, that is not their goddamn fault. Remember that they are silver, they're dog shit, and it's rough out there. Let's just say it's rough, but you're doing your best. You're understanding that even if you die, you're 0-2, you're not worth any gold. Even if you die, it's fine, because they came 3 top, and that leaves your dog shit team to push lanes and get to a point in this game where we can fucking, you know, win the game, right? But good thing the dog scales into a big time breacher here. We don't know what's going on. Tristana's pushing mid, 1-2 down bot. Lucian shows. So 3 bot for what? For what? We're gonna kill somebody. So if we kill Pantheon and Kai'Sa, but they're underneath their turret, so that's seconds, so about 15-20 seconds before the next wave meets each other. And yeah, so you're waiting for that. You know, the thing about low elo, and the thing that you have to understand is, what the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? How do we win a fucking game? How do we understand the game? I don't know. What are silver players supposed to do? Can somebody explain to me, like, how are they supposed to understand? Like, we sit here and we, you know, sometimes I don't have the answers, but I do have the answers. The answers is play somebody like the dog. You know, because when it comes to like playing against, you know, in a competitive environment in solo queue, you can get that in a higher elo. But at this elo, we don't get competitiveness. We get a lot of bad decision making. So I guess the best way to learn the game is understand to capitalize on these decisions right here. He doesn't auto attack with this Q land and to CC him. But overall, Pantheon comes in 1-2-3. Malphite has to go bot. And then Tristana's left alone. So even if your team dies down in here, blue team, Lily's team, what does it mean? It looks like it means absolutely shit, because they're not going to be able to get anything. So these are pointless kills. Zoe is actually picking up. Shaco and Malphite are left to cover these lanes. And like I said, it's just a lot of bad decisions. You got to sit there and you got to question, what do we get besides gold? And of course, we're missing CS. So all that gold that she has right here, how much she have? 9,400. Imagine she had 180 CS. That's something you fear. Is 180 CS Zoe with the 9-2. She's going to be hitting differently. But, you know, her being Zoe and being in silver elo, I mean, she's still going to make bad decisions. I mean, bad players will eat fucking Qs, stay overextended, and give useless gold is what I like to call it. So overall, I guess it's just one of those things, you know, bot lane is being funneled. The red team doesn't want to get to a point in this game, whether it's collecting dragons, working on to get Baron. The one thing I like to keep clear is at this point in the game, the main objective you focus in League of Legends is Baron. It comes down to Baron, and you're probably sitting there like, because you're probably sitting there watching this, oh my god, my brain, you know, after like how many fights, I'm not gonna sit there and break every single fight down, because they're all fucking pointless if it makes sense. You know, early game when you're making a play, getting a gank, what do you get after that? But for them to get this Cloud Drake right here, this Cloud Drake that gives you 3% health regen, 3% health regen, you're gonna pick up 3. So the question is, can we kill all 3 of these guys? Tristana right here. What are we getting after this? If we're willing to give up, inhibitor top lane, we better be able to get Baron here. Shaco dies though, so he's not gonna be there. But 4 of your teammates die. So this is the thing. Like, so they get the 4 kills. All right, so it looks like the dog needs to go bye-bye. And then the red team pings mid. Like, yeah, okay, buddy. So, okay, that means she has to clear this wave. But by the time they are able to clear this wave, and they might be able to get a little bit of damage onto this tower. They only have 3 casters in the back. They do, okay, well, looks like they should be able to. Okay, they actually can get it. I didn't think they was gonna get it, but overall, is that worth it to lose an inhibitor? I'm telling you, man, this happens at all elos, you know. Yeah, that's the thing about the dog. Her stacks aren't even that great. And it doesn't matter about stacks. The main thing is about getting Triforce. She's 0-2, has Triforce, got Spirit. And then Dipshit. Oh man, Lord Jesus. And then here you would, like, you don't even question this right here. She can pop Ghost. And then get rid of, see if her teleport's gonna be back up. So we got the dog going mid. Yeah, you wouldn't want your bot lane. You would want your bot lane mid, and you wouldn't want them bot. Let the dogs time to go bot, and you would keep Malphite here. Lucian right here. It's probably best you just pop R there. Your R will come back really soon. Let's see how soon. 78 seconds. So if she had 10 more percent CDR, it'd be nice. She flashed. Yeah, that's fine. All right. I don't know what she's thinking. I don't know if you get... I wonder if you get taxed on that. Alright, she's spamming a little bit too much mana. Alright, so looks like they're gonna do Baron. Looks like they're gonna be able to get it. And here we tank. Tank, yes, Pantheon's tanking. Tristana able to get... oh, she gets binded, locked up. Shaco comes in, drops that slash. Looks like life is gonna be good. She needs to back up. She have Ghost? No. Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh lord. She has Swifties. Later, bit later, man. Oh my god. What am I watching? What am I watching? Oh man. So overall, you sit here and you question. Before all this happens, what I want to do is understand what transpired. Lucian. Oh, so Lucian overextends and should be bot. Malphite should be over here. Lucian just dies and they have no fucking clue. You can't blame Lucian. You know, like I said, when you're playing and you're at this elo, man, if you're actually trying to win, that's why I tell you, that's why I preach the doubt, because it's rough out there. So let me go ahead and show vision of everybody now so we kind of get an understanding of what's happening. So they just straight up start Baron. Zoe's like, hold up, wait a minute. And why is... Okay, Malphite has to cover that, which is fine. Shaco goes bot to save the lane, but it's not even worth saving. You're better off get 1-2. You're better off giving this to Nasus. And he's almost so hopefully that comes into play. I mean, he only can get the tower, not your inhibitor, but you have to be here for this Baron. Because Shaco shows bot right here, and now he's low and he can't save anything, and Tristana's pushing mid. And then you got 3 bots over here just spamming this. Zoe over here doing work. Zach still holding on Baron, and somehow blue team will get Baron, which is, like I said, what the main objective, you know, at this point in the game when Baron spawns, it's all about Baron. If you get Baron, it makes it easier. It pretty much, think about it like going Super Saiyan. So Tristana here overextended after getting Baron instead of reset and waiting for her team to refill back up in HP and all that stuff, and blah blah blah. And we just saw this, blah blah blah. So that's how they got the Baron. And then Dragon comes. The thing about dragons, you know, I tell you about this 3% shit, guys. I tell you, when this dragon spawned, they usually... Oh, okay, never mind. They just lost inhibitor mid. It's rough out there, and there's really nothing they can do right now. But I hope this helped out a little bit. Understand a different point of view than me playing. But you'll see another part where I'm playing a dog, and it's a little bit different because Lily's not really versed in beating the fuck out of people and laying down DKing. So here, again, so when it comes to losing 2 inhibitors or 2 inhibitor towers, you want to keep this, you want to make this one the hardest one to get for the blue team. Why? Because if you lose all 3 and you're playing against somebody that breaches like the Dow, we're talking about all 3 of them going bye-bye, and the later this game goes on, the more damage he's going to be able to do, and then rip. So picking a decision to engage or get engaged on, or to save the Zoe after Zoe's already in Narnia, is going to be a very bad decision. And he goes straight in, drops it all onto Kai's expecting Shaco maybe to come to the back, Morgana to make it in time. Lucian's already dead, so there's no point to even engage, and there's no inhibitor here anyway, so we should be sitting on our Nexus tower, and then also defending bot, not letting this wave pull up to the tower and letting him get damaged. Like I said, you want to make it really hard, and then top is fine, so it's okay to give the inhibitor here if you cannot defend both of them without losing. So if you defend this one, you're gonna end up losing this one to the dog, then boom. If you're gonna defend mid but lose top inhibitor, but you're gonna keep bot alive because you put more numbers on it stopping the dog, then that's the decision you want to make. You get what I'm saying? So picking this decision leads to the dog just straight up ignoring, and all the dog has to do is get this tower, and then bam, there you go. Baddecisions.com. So this is gonna happen, and like I said, man, you have to be able to, you know, see this. When you see this, you'll be able to learn the ways very much fast, and just get the fuck out of these games. Win games like this and get the fuck out of them. Saying I may be good mechanically with the champion that I play, I may be a decent player, you know, I feel it, but I just, when it comes to actually understanding the game, I'm really bad at it. So you guys may be like good, you know, you might be a really good Lee Sin, but you just can't get out of the fucking shit tier elo because of the bad decisions you make, and then you can practice to it once you get up to D4 and realize nothing really changes. Besides people and egos and people cry, oh my god, I'm blinded, and bam, just like that, the game's over. But look at this. I mean, it's the same thing. You see on my YouTube highlights, my games, you know, we out here breaching. If I can do it, you can do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Expect another dog my way. Peace, light.